Hello and welcome aboard. We are the Whales of Wall Street. My name is Simon. We're going to be talking about FTX today. So that's the FTX exchange, and in particular, quite incredible news here, really, in the grand scheme of things. So they've just announced. We're going straight into this, by the way. We have just announced a 7-year deal, a sponsorship deal with LCS. And a partner of Riot League. Now, I'm going to do a bit of a definition here. So as you know in previous videos, I'm a big gaming fan. I've been very heavily involved in eSports over the last few years, especially in previous roles where I did a lot of partnership activity with eSports teams. So I know how big this market is. And why is this something of interest for FTX, and why are we bringing this to the crypto table? We're about to find out. So this is off the back actually of a few months ago, TSM, which is a great esports team. These guys partnered with FTX. So FTX took the naming rights essentially of this TSM team. So they're now called I think TSM FTX. Only in some tournaments, because on some tournaments they don't allow things like the promotion of currency or stock exchanges and things like that. So this particular deal was worth $210 million sponsorship. That is phenomenal. So that's talking about like t-shirt sponsorship, in-game sponsorship and things like that. But in particular, this particular piece of news here with the LCS. So LCS is basically this thing here. Now, these guys basically create tournaments across the world, both physical and virtual. Obviously more virtual recently because of the situation last year. But you can typically find like sold out arenas easily of in excess of 100,000 people attending live events. 100%. I've been to many myself. So the LCS League Championship Series. So these guys obviously create the actual tournaments of the games of Riot Games. So Riot Games basically own a number of games or publications and naming rights. League of Legends is one of the biggest ones here. So I think it's about 32.5 million people play this game at the moment. It's increased massively since I was involved in these sorts of games a few years ago. Absolutely phenomenal pace. But I think Riot Games as a whole has got a massive revenue stream behind it. I actually think I've got some notes here. So sort of last year, acquiring $6.6 billion, which is absolutely crazy for one multitude of games. Now, that's why FTX are involved in this, because the amount of people that play games around the world. And I think what's really important to mention here as well is that the gaming community is constantly growing, esports is growing, and FTX with LCS, this is unbelievable. It doesn't state how much money they've used in the sponsorship, which is a bit irritating. I haven't got any detail on that whatsoever at all. But just a general overview of esports, it's worth something like 105 or 108 billion dollars now. It's very different to what I was used to a few years ago, where I think we were looking at something around the maybe the $14 billion mark. So you can see the amount of increase since maybe 5-6 years ago when I was doing all my gaming statistic presentations and things like that. But the community is growing. The emphasis of esports is growing as well. And when people say like, how are we going to get money and awareness into the crypto sphere, it's things like this, the innovation that FTX have, and fair credit to the partnership managers or partnership development managers at FTX for pulling these kinds of things off, because these guys are going to be in front of unbelievable amounts of audiences. And when it comes to NFT and gaming, collectibles, comics, movies, everything like that, I kind of put them all in the same bubble. If you've ever been to like insomnia events, like gaming events all around the world, like ESL and things like that, you understand exactly what I mean. Within that bubble, you're basically releasing your name out to the wide open. Now, that's not to say like various younger age groups are going to start investing in crypto or whatever, but what it does is it kind of generates or puts into the next sort of generation of people coming up the influence of crypto, and particularly using the FTS exchange. This is going to be in front of multitude of millions upon millions of people who watch these kind of games. I'm talking millions. I'm talking maybe like in the 100 million mark or more is how many viewers these kind of games get in just one single tournament. It's absolutely incredible. So they've done an absolutely cracking job. They've also got eSports sponsorship, in terms of the teams as well, or one of the leading teams, TSM. It's incredible movement from these guys. And one thing I just want to quickly bring to the attention, of course, so the FTT is what you're looking for on the exchanges. I've always been told, where can I buy this? Where can I buy this? In previous videos on other tokens. Well, I'm going to keep remembering to tell you guys. So key platforms, FTX, obviously, and the other one, major one, probably Binance, followed by Huawei Global. Now, Binance, of course, have a few issues with UK banks at the moment. It's probably working in FTX favour. Maybe more and more people using other exchanges. I would like to see this token on a couple of other ones, maybe like KuCoin and other mainstream exchanges as well. But for now, this is what we've got. The price point of $36, as we can see here. In previous times, again, through motions of news, through motions of the market, fluctuation, etc., we were hitting the dizzy heights of around the sort of $60 to $62, $63 mark. I think probably back a few months ago, so around May time was the last time it was up there. We had the big dip, of course, over the last couple of months in general with the market, but we are seeing a growth spurt here, as we have seen in many other tokens. Now, I always say this, buy the rumor, sell the news. There's no doubt in my mind that the last few bits of news, certainly in July and June when we had the information about TSM coming through, but also recently, we have started seeing the tail off after this news. So I would suggest that the last few days have been anticipation of rumours, as well as, of course, the market movement in general that we have seen across the board of crypto at the moment. But we will see a bit of a tail off. Who knows where this might go? I'll probably do a better analysis on this maybe towards the end of the week or next week. And I will do a proper overview of FTX as well, because I really do think this exchange is going to be massive. I've got a couple of crypto chats with pals and family, etc. And one of the guys pulled up the FTX and openly said, like, I think this could be big, as big as Binance, if not bigger. That's not just any financial advice or anything. That's just, he's quite knowledgeable in these things. But I would say that we need to watch this space with these guys. And if you remember, like, things like the BNB token, I stupidly missed out on them when they were like $17, $18, and then they shot up to ridiculous amounts. I think I haven't checked the price of BNB recently, but they certainly got as high as like $300 odd, maybe more. And it's similar with the KCS token on KuCoin. So I can anticipate movement such as this. And as I've mentioned, going back to the whole story of why this kind of story is important, it's about the influx of people, the influx of awareness to the crypto market, to these kind of exchanges, how they're going to go about doing it by hitting hard the big markets in the world, like gaming, like esports. No doubt in my mind, if you go down the esports and gaming channel, you're in for a winner all day long, because the amount of people that utilize this kind of market is absolutely incredible. So hopefully you found that relatively interesting. It's kind of bringing 2 points to your attention: one about the FTX exchange, obviously the news that's come about from it, and as well the tokenomic of it, the token that's available on a couple of exchanges as well. I do think this is going places. Again, it's not financial advice. It's not something I'm invested in personally, but actually seeing this kind of activity, I will wait for a dip personally. Whether that be a good decision or not will be seen in the near future, but I will certainly be very interested in investing in this. And as always, we're always honest on this channel. I will let you know when I start doing that for sure. Please do let us know in the comments below if you're invested in FTT at the moment, what you think of this news, and any gamers out there, how excited are you about this as well? How are you excited about the innovation of crypto entering sponsorship deals across sports, esports, gaming, all of these different cool markets and massive markets? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Really do appreciate them, and we always reply to every single comment. That's a guarantee on this channel. So please do like and subscribe, really helps us out. Please do click the bell button next to subscribe as well, which means you get informed of the amazing videos that we have to come your way on a regular basis. So as I've mentioned, Hope you found this relatively informative. Please let us know in the comments what you think, and we will see you, FTX, and all the good gaming stuff on the moon. Take care, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you.